still debating if I should wear this or not. Honestly, I don't know. It's just kind of in my head, like what colors match with what, or how I look with what. I kind of let other people's perception of me define that or choose that for myself, which is kind of a bad habit sometimes, but I don't know. I'm trying to let go of that and just dress how I want to dress.
I just want to be in the creative field altogether. Not only do I want to become more educated in the program, I want my fashion to evolve, because you just got to go into experiences ready to accept all that you can be taught.
What made me start this program was learning just how big the fashion industry was here in Columbus and knowing how fashion could impact youth of color. If you ask black youth, you ask youth of color, what is their top 5 favorite things? What are they into? Fashion is always in that top 5.
Normally, every morning, we start up 8 o'clock, breakfast, mingle a little bit, connect, and then we'll get jiggy around like 9 o'clock, 9:15. This is home. This is gonna be home for the next 9 weeks, okay?
That first morning when they all get here, you see those who come from homes where like, there's kind of like structure or a little bit strict, or like the parent is there, right? Why? Because the parent's actually bringing the kid. So we got the kids whose parents actually walked them up. I got to meet the mom or the dad. They're like, cool, they passed them off. Then you got the cool kids, I call them the cool kids, because they walk in and they're like, either they got dropped off, we just don't see mom and dad, but they now walk into the building and they're like, all right, like I'm a cool kid, like I like fashion, my fit is fresh, I'm gonna come in, I'm probably not gonna talk to everybody, but I look good, so like my fit should speak for myself, right? Then you have the kid who is silent and deadly. And I call them silent and deadly because they're quiet, they're observing, but then we start sketching or we start talking about some things, they open their mouth and then you're like, oh shit, like yo, this kid is killing it. Like they're deadly. Like if given what they need, they're gonna be amazing.
When you come into this space, you go through this threshold here, I want all ego out the door, right? To be a creative, to be somebody in an artistic space, to be somebody who wants to express themselves, you have to understand that sometimes you have to be open to new experiences, new people, new environments, new things. So that means your ego has to be gone. You have to be in a space to welcome, to want to learn new things, to want to try new things. We're gonna get vulnerable with each other. We're gonna share things we like, things we don't like. Our aesthetics are gonna change. You know what your interests are. You know what you like. Or sometimes you think you know, right? So my job is to support, along with this team here, to bring new experiences in front of you, give you new insights, put new resources, people, so that way we can either drive and move that passion and interest forward, or if it changes, then you are safely moving and transitioning into a new interest or a new space that you can manage and maneuver. Understand too that this industry or this space of interest that you have, there are tons others. As you can see right now, this room is filled with people who have the same interest as you. So you're not alone in thinking or having these different interests or aesthetics or likes, right? There's always gonna be somebody there that has interest in what you like. Organizations and groups like this and programs like this, we're charged to really try to bring y'all together so you guys all can connect, right? So at the end of the day, we are a team. Arthur, who is our design expert, is is going to lead us in an icebreaker.
We're gonna play rock, paper, scissors, and if that person beats you, you'll go behind them and cheer that person on. Actually cheer that person on like you would want to be cheered on.
All right, he won. Go it that way.
You had it right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. My name's Aliza.
Aliza.
Nice to meet you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Where's you, Ace? You got it right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You ain't got nothing for him. Let's go.
We got a winner. As a winner, tell us a little bit about yourself. What made you want to do fashion?
It was really my dad. My dad inspired me. He always used to tell me, oh son, he always used to dress me early in the morning in middle school. Tell me something, wear this, wear that, wear your Timbs, wear this. I was like, nah. and then later on, you know, cause I was a little scared to wear it, cause I'm like, nah, this is too different. Everybody gonna judge me. This is back in middle school, you know what I mean? And I think like when I got to high school, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this exact outfit he told me to wear in middle school. And I wore it, and you know, everybody liked it. It was different. It took me some time to really like grow into it, but I'm like, nah, this is me now. You know what I mean? So, and everybody in high school now say I'm different. They say I'm best dressed, all types of stuff.
This is the space where they start to realize like, okay, I don't have to have a guard up so much. There are people who have the same, you know, thought processes or interests as I do. So now it's all about figuring out, in a sense, even in this mix, like where they fit.
My mom has definitely played a huge factor in kind of noticing my talent. She's probably the first person to notice it. And as soon as she noticed it, she started investing immediately. Like, since I was a kid, she would spend a lot of money on coloring books, supplies, sketchbooks, all that. Like, she definitely believes in me for sure.
That's what we've always done with all of our kids, especially him, you know. If it makes sense and you're passionate about it, we're gonna support you. Because something like that is what we didn't get per se, especially his dad with the background growing up where he came from, coming from Africa and then migrating to the state. Like, as far as family-wise and goals and dreams, when you come here, it's all about education. That's like the key for us. Any extra curriculum or any extra goals or desires, like a lose. No, we're not interested. Go to school, be a doctor, be a lawyer, just get a degree and do something. You come to us and say you want to play sports, you want to be an actor, you want to do a fashion designing. Like, if it was in my time or his dad's time, us telling our parents that this is what we're passionate about and this is what we want to do, it would be a void. You know, the support would be very, very limited.
I didn't know anyone, no one, literally. But I feel like even the first week, I just feel like I've known them my whole life. Like 2 days in, I'm like, okay, I'm already like good friends with Dahir and Nas. You're at the back, right?
I'm coming right now, yeah.
All right, bet. As you can see, we're kind of matching low key, like just a little bit. The greens, the reds. The greens, the reds, the Jordans. Take one of me like sitting down over here type. This would be dope. Imagine if I just fall back. This is hard. Want one? You scared? You scared? You scared? Yeah, I feel that. Oh yeah, okay. You got the glasses?
Tell you, bro. Put the glasses on.
Yeah, the glass. Ooh, and then you got this little, yeah, nice little dome.
I think as I grew up, as like just being interested in art, like there wasn't anything like this. And so my result was like to shy away from art or shy away from design. I don't know, I feel like this kind of introduces and encourages art and design for these Black boys and girls. It's important, and I feel like we need more.
Y'all good? Okay. All right, so mission statement. So we have everybody's mission statement up here. So group 1, your mission says to encourage creativity and foster a sense of community among Black, urban, African-American individuals, to empower these individuals to share their stories and make a positive impact on society. Group 2's reads, clothing not just for one, but for everyone. That's when I feel like it's more of a tagline or like a slogan, right? And then group 3's mission statement says, remembering fashion from the past, inventing fashion for the future. That also kind of has a sense of a tagline. So these are all really, really good. I think when I look at all of them, we want to look at what are like some similarities. So right now, what pops out, Shanye? What are some things that you're seeing?
You want it to be for everybody.
Okay, so inclusivity.
I would say one thing that we all have in common is in being empowered, empowerment of Black people, African Americans, urban people, people of color in general.
Do you guys agree with that? Yes. So almost saying like our mission is to empower, right? Black and brown. Now mind you, we're gonna keep editing this, okay? So let's say youth, Black and brown youth.
Fashion is influenced by inner city culture. It's influenced by people of color. They see the trends on the streets, that influences the brands then put the product out, they act like it's their original idea, but they know where they get it from. And there's usually, in New York and LA, there's a symbiotic relationship between the culture and the business. And so, here, that's what we have the opportunity to do. Even in the retail industry now, there's very low representation inside those walls. And so, when you are taking cues from a culture, repurposing that and then putting a brand out and you look to that culture to support your brand, you're lacking competitiveness if you're not including them from the inside out.
I'm gonna read two. We kind of have like two versions right now, okay? I'm gonna read them out to you. Let me know what you feel, how you feel about each one. Our mission is to create revolutionary garments that evoke confidence and self-expression within marginalized communities, empowered by technology and sustainability. We reflect on fashion from the past while inventing fashion for the future. So that's kind of got like a really harder, like centered mission statement with almost like a tagline. Then the other version is, our mission is to reflect on fashion from the past while inventing fashion for the future, to create revolutionary garments that evoke confidence and self-expression within marginalized communities informed by technology and sustainability.
I was gonna say, I like the first one better because I feel like with the tag at the end, it's like fresh. Like you get like a fresh breeze at the end. Like, okay, you read it like that's powerful, but then you get like something.
Yeah, you feel empowered when you at the end when you read it. You feel me? Yeah.
You feel like something in your heart type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Everybody feel like we're on the same page of that? All right, great. So now the next thing that I want y'all to do within your groups, let's get you new Post-its. We're about to start with the brand name. We got a baby. We got to name the baby. Boom. So, what is the name of our brand?
No bias.
That is wrong. So, oh, okay, I hear claps and stuff already. So, with some deliberation, and honestly, understanding that no bias. Remember when we came up with the name No Bias, we ended up looking into IP, looking to see if trademarking, if we could work with that name. We couldn't work with that name. And so Central Ave was the other name, and so we're going with Central Ave. Okay?
I think of Central Ave as a place, and I think that y'all can build that ethos and the brand from thinking about it in that set, you know what I'm saying? So y'all imagine what is Central Ave. Y'all get to invite the world into Central Ave, you know what I mean? And I think that y'all can really expand upon that. So like, where is Central Ave? What's on Central Ave? What's the vibe of Central Ave? How does that play into your marketing? How does that play into your product? How does that play into your visual merchandising, your environment? So I think Central Ave gives y'all a really strong foundation to build upon, you know what I'm saying? So y'all just gotta kind of fill the gaps, but I'm gonna work with Micah and the team, and everybody's real excited, so let's dive into it. But just think about it from that perspective. Y'all have really a lot to work with.
There's an underlying thing of like access and the ability to bring your dreams to reality. When you have a sense of belonging, a sense of community, a sense of resources and like safety. These kids are 14 to 18. During that time span, you want to be a lot of things. You're dreaming about a lot of things. I think the question then becomes the how. And so this program becomes somewhat of that how in that whole formula of how do we get these dreams to come to fruition.
Now that she's in it and all the things that she comes home and tells us about it, so far I think it's a great program for them, and I'm glad that they have something like that for the youth to introduce them to that industry. Hopefully it inspires them to want to grow and advance it.
When I used to leave school, I was not doing any extra work. So for me to me and Cheyenne, we go and we watch documentaries, watch different runways, just educate ourselves after work, so that way the next day we're just smarter than we was before. Cause not gonna lie, I liked fashion, but it ended at dressing up. Like I didn't really go back and learn about the history of it, not really like the different terms that are used. But once I leave, I just be so inspired. One thing Cheyenne said one time, he was like, it's different when you're like in a room of people who want to do the same things you want to do. It helps you get out your shell. It helps you want to learn more. It just makes you better in a way.
How y'all feeling this morning? Y'all good? Pretty well. Okay, so I wanted you guys to know that you are in the visual merchandising department.
Woo!
Just working really closely with marketing to make sure that the storyline comes across, but it's about, you know, the customer's experience, right? It's that tangible piece of our brand and of the product. I definitely wanted to connect with all of you because you guys are the marketing department. I thought it was important though for you guys to meet your expert because you guys are the design department. Yeah, so you guys will be tasked with leading design for our collection. I wanted you guys to come in here so you guys could know that you guys are the new production department. You are in production together. And there's a reasoning why you're in the group that you were in, you're in the department that you're in, and it's really because based off of your talents, and based off space for growth, right? Think about it as opportunity and space for growth. Sit with it. If you want to talk to me on the side, you want to talk to your group, this is your group lead, Dupree, all right? This is your expert, Kevin, all right? But y'all are the department.
I ended up getting assigned to the production team. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at first, I really did not want to be assigned there because one, my specialty is designing, obviously. So being placed in the production team, I was kind of like, I felt a little bit bamboozled. But then I realized they want me to understand different parts of the industry, except not only just design, but like maybe production, you know, marketing, all that stuff. So I'm aware of those things as a designer and as an entrepreneur in general. If I'm gonna be owning my own brand, I should have some sense of how I'm gonna market it, how I'm gonna produce it.
We will come across one kid who this program is perfect for them. And you hear about what they deal with in the outside world. You hear about the struggles that they may have. You hear about the rejection they may have felt or feeling like they didn't have a tribe to connect to. And then you see them grow just in the short amount of time during this program. You see them connect with other people. You see them believe in themselves even more. You start to see that this is really improving their lives. And so like me, coming from the inner city, growing up poor, growing up in poverty and seeing that I didn't have too many options until I went to school, we understand that giving them these options is helping them change their lives. And I've had some of our youngest participants come up to me and say, I don't ever want to go anywhere else. Like, what else can I do? After the program's over, how can I stay around? Because they found what speaks to their spirit. They found a home. And so that's what we want to continue to build upon that. We want to continue to build upon that year over year. And I think that is probably one of the most important things that we see about this program and the impact that it has.
Hey, my name is Sanai Beller, and I'm sending my video for your fashion internship.
I've just always had a creative soul.
I'd like to say thank you for your time and consideration.
Hopefully